Alright, they finally added Rumble Johnson to welterweight. He did fight welterweight and light heavyweight and heavyweight, but I use him at light heavyweight. He was a good pick, but man, at welterweight in game, that's a crazy pick because you basically are the best puncher in the game. You have 100 power, you're oversized for the division, and you control your stamina. So having 87 stamina is bad, but having Tiger with 100 power and Reaper and Stinger, you can do whatever you want. You just gotta take your time, pick your shots, and find your windows. So, with that being said, that's how you use Rumble Johnson. You have to pick your shots because you know your cardio is only at 87. When you whiff, that is bad. When you normally whiff, that's bad. Set you up for counters. You could get head kick countered. You could get pull elbowed because you're in a division with Protez. You could eat uppercuts from people like Ian Gary where they have the heavy uppercut. But at the end of the day, you have to fight around your skill set. And if you can just control the distance, use your power to get them on the back foot, and then put them on the fence, if you put them on the fence, it's over. If you put them on the fence, control them with hooks and roundhouse kicks to the body, which is the way I like to do it, because it's much safer than a head kick. Because if you try to do it with head kicks, you're either going to get countered or you're just going to whiff and it can take you down. But if you use the body kick, the body roundhouse specifically, it does a lot of damage, 1. 2, you have Reaper, so it gives you your flow state better. And then 3, it literally cripples them, and their animations when they get hit with it make them stumble even further behind the black line. So it's really a sense of controlling the fight effectively, all with body kicks. Now with that being said, he tried to lunge backwards and ate a 2-piece. That's bad. So once you get here, it's all about hooks and kicks. And that kick lands, you get the hook to the body, and once you get it to the head, it's over. So yeah, Rumble Johnson, 100 power, best puncher in the division right now, and that's about it. So let's get to the next fight to show him a little bit more.
You good? Ready? Let's go.
So like I was saying, when it comes to dynamic power, just like with Alex, you don't have to do as much. However, when you can kick and have power, which is the reason I say he's the best puncher, he has, it seems to be a heavy 1-2, but his animations are much cleaner than Alex's. So Alex has heavy everything, which means when you whiff, you are much more susceptible to counters. And that's why some people struggle to use Alex, even though overall Alex is good. But with Rumble Johnson, as long as you keep it hands and you stay defensive, like right there, he's lunging in with the kick. You stay at the end of his punches and you find your way in because you're 6'2" with 100 power and like 96 hand speed. So, with that being said, you don't have to do as much. You know your cardio isn't the best, so you're going to look and get your counters. Every time you catch that kick, you're going to fire off a lead hook. Now, once you work the body with kicks and hooks, you can start catching his, more so catching his roundhouse to the body, and you can start trying to dump him, like holding R1 and tapping circle to try and dump them and take their stamina. However, a lot of people don't let you do that. They just block low no matter what. That's why I say throw the punch when you have so much power. Again, it's all about landing your best shots. So you have a good roundhouse, you have a good hook. Every time you duck a head kick, you throw that rear hook, it's going to drop them. High level move, high power fighter. So you try to do that, and then when they whiff, you try to fire off to the body. Because if you can start winning the stamina battle, that's all you really need. Because once you're ahead in the stamina and you have the power advantage, there's nothing people can really do to you. Especially post-patch, with them trying to make more emphasis on working stamina to get control of the fight. So if you do get to the body, which is the most effective way, I'd say it's more effective than leg kicks. Because once you get the hang of defending leg kicks, they're not really as viable because, 1, you start checking them after a while, and 2, it leads to both of you just having less power, and now it just comes down to who's more tired. So more often than not, your game plan should be to have the stamina advantage on your opponent, especially when you use lower cardio fighters. Again, once you're here though, against somebody like Morales, who should have more power by the way, In this game, he only has 94 power, so I'm not as scared to trade with him. And then boom, he gets overzealous. You hit an elbow, you hit a drop, and you're back in control of the round. So it's round 1. We have, I believe, 3 drops, my fault. We have 3 drops, and we have the cardio advantage. He's eating kicks because he's scared to get hit high, and that is, once again, how you stay in control. Now right there, I should just back up, but he was being so over-aggressive, I knew there would be a pull counter there, and I waited for it. And that's how you get to round 2. You get to round 2 with full control, and you're pretty much sticking to your game plan. There's nothing else to do. Find your windows, stay on the front foot, get them behind the black line. So what's step 1? Find your windows. That should have been a duck and a counter. Now we're throwing feints just to see what he does, and he keeps lunging, so that sets up even more body damage. So you land a roundhouse to body hooks to a shot up top, and now you took more stamina off of him, and you got a rock. So you're winning the round. You can take your time. You can find your windows again. Reset to finding your windows. Boom. He lunged out the way. Another body kick. Easy free shots. You're landing high power kicks. I believe he has like 99 kick power. 92 kick speed with 99 kick power. Right there I tried to duck. I don't know what happened. The controller just didn't respond, but hey, it happens sometimes. And then with 99 kick power and 100 punch power, you do stuff like this. You don't always go high. You don't always have to counter. Now I will say, even though it's contradicting myself, you should counter every time you duck a head kick or something like that. But for every counter, you don't have to always counter, is what I'm trying to say. So if they miss a jab, you don't always have to slip and throw across. You don't always have to duck and throw the uppercut. Sometimes you just make the read and let them keep throwing the strike. Because right here, he likes throwing the high kick. He likes throwing the... I'm trying to remember what it's called. It's like the side kick. So he's throwing his kick. It looks like a side kick, but he like whips it to go over your head. He likes to throw that with Morales. He likes to throw the high kick as well, the normal roundhouse. So when they whiff those, you can just do anything. You can throw a leg kick, you can throw a body shot, just like that. They whiff the overhand, you slip it, you throw the body shot. Now we're in complete control. He has no cardio way to beat us. There's 5 rounds, and he will not make it to 5 rounds because he just doesn't have the cardio to it. And then once you get beat down, you eat a few combos, you be selective with your shots on the ground, fight's over. And that's how you use Rumble Johnson. So, use him in welterweight, he's real fun. Not really much more than that, so I just say, like, share, subscribe, and yeah, tune in for the next one. Leave picks down low, just sleeper picks, favorite picks, just more fighters to bring to the channel. I'll try to get more videos out, and yeah, so with that, I'm out.